In the heart of a seemingly peaceful community, the chilling tale of Pastor Elijah King unfolds, revealing a horrifying family secret that spiraled into unimaginable violence. Once a respected figure, Pastor King's life took a dark turn when buried truths emerged, shattering the facade of his idyllic existence. This gripping true crime story delves into the shocking events that unraveled in his life, exposing the betrayal that festered within his own family. As the layers of deception peeled away, the consequences of these hidden secrets became painfully clear, leading to a series of tragic events that would forever alter the lives of those involved. The narrative not only captivates with its harrowing details, but also serves as a stark reminder of the profound impact that concealed truths can have on individuals and families. Understanding the depths of betrayal and the thirst for vengeance that can arise from such revelations is crucial, as it sheds light on the darker aspects of human nature. Join us as we explore the haunting story of Pastor Elijah King, a tale that intertwines faith, family, and the devastating repercussions of secrets left unspoken. This is more than just a story. It's a cautionary tale about the hidden dangers lurking beneath the surface of our lives. Pastor Elijah King was a pillar of his Florida community, known for his unwavering dedication to both his ministry and his family. His influence as a preacher extended far beyond the pulpit, as he tirelessly worked to uplift those around him, offering guidance and support to countless individuals. Elijah's sermons were rooted in love, compassion, and forgiveness, values that resonated deeply with his congregation and shaped the perception of him as a moral beacon in the community. He was admired not only for his eloquence, but also for his genuine care for others, which fostered a strong sense of trust and respect among his followers. The King family appeared to embody the ideal life, often seen as a model of harmony and devotion. Together, they participated in community events, shared meals with neighbors, and engaged in charitable activities, reinforcing their image as a perfect family. However, beneath this polished exterior lay complexities that few could see. The dynamics within the King household, while seemingly idyllic, hinted at underlying tensions that would later come to light. As we delve deeper into the life of Pastor Elijah King, we uncover the layers of his character and the intricate relationships that defined his existence, setting the stage for the shocking revelations that would ultimately challenge everything he stood for. Naomi King played a vital role as a supportive wife and mother within the King family, embodying the ideals of devotion and strength. Her contributions to the church were significant. She organized community events, led women's groups, and provided unwavering support to her husband, Pastor Elijah. Naomi's dedication to her children was equally profound, as she nurtured their spiritual growth and encouraged their involvement in church activities. Together, she and Elijah presented an image of a perfect family, often seen as the epitome of harmony and love in their community. Their partnership seemed unshakable, with Naomi standing by Elijah's side during sermons and community gatherings, reinforcing their bond and shared values. However, beneath this polished facade lay subtle undercurrents of tension that hinted at deeper issues within their seemingly idyllic life. While they portrayed a united front, whispers of discontent and unspoken struggles began to surface, foreshadowing the secrets that would later unravel. Naomi's unwavering support for Elijah masked her own internal conflicts, and the pressures of maintaining their perfect image weighed heavily on her. As we explore the dynamics of the King family, it becomes clear that the very foundation of their lives was built on complexities that would eventually challenge their unity and expose the hidden truths lurking beneath the surface. Deacon Henry King was a respected elder in the church, whose long-standing role significantly shaped the spiritual foundation of the King family. Revered by the congregation, Henry was known for his wisdom, integrity, and unwavering faith, qualities that made him a guiding light for many, including his son, Elijah. From a young age, Elijah looked up to his father, absorbing the values Henry instilled in him: commitment to service, compassion for others, and the importance of community. This deep reverence fostered a strong bond between father and son, as Elijah sought to emulate Henry's dedication to the church and its teachings. The lessons learned in their home were steeped in faith, with Henry often sharing stories from the Bible and emphasizing the significance of living a righteous life. However, as Elijah grew older, the very principles that had once united them began to come under scrutiny. The stage was set for shocking revelations that would challenge their father-son bond, as hidden truths about Henry's past and the family's history began to surface. These discoveries threatened to unravel the deep-seated admirations Elijah held for his father, forcing him to confront the complexities of their relationship. As the narrative unfolds, the once unshakable foundation of their spiritual lives is tested, revealing the fragility of trust and the impact of long-buried secrets. The anticipation surrounding the DNA test was palpable within the King household, as the family eagerly awaited results that promised to unveil hidden truths about their lineage. Excitement buzzed in the air, with Elijah and Naomi discussing the potential discoveries that could deepen their understanding of family history. The children, too, were caught up in the thrill, imagining the stories and connections that might emerge from the test. However, beneath the surface of this enthusiasm lay a growing tension, particularly from Naomi, who exhibited a hesitance that raised eyebrows. Her unease was palpable, creating an undercurrent of anxiety that contrasted sharply with the family's excitement. As the results arrived, the initial reactions were a mix of curiosity and joy, but that quickly shifted when the shocking revelation unfolded. Elijah, filled with hope and anticipation, was blindsided by the unexpected outcome that would change everything. The results indicated a startling discrepancy in his lineage, revealing that he was not the biological son of Deacon Henry King. This revelation shattered the family's carefully constructed facade, leaving Elijah grappling with a whirlwind of emotions: betrayal, confusion, and a profound sense of loss. The implications of this discovery rippled through the family, challenging their identities and relationships, and setting the stage for a tumultuous journey of uncovering the truth behind their hidden past. Elijah's world crumbled as he processed the devastating DNA results, revealing that he was not the biological father of his beloved children. The emotional turmoil surged within him, a tumultuous mix of disbelief, anger, and profound sadness. How could this be? The children he had nurtured, guided, and loved with all his heart were not his own. The implications of the results were staggering, pointing to Deacon Henry as their biological father, a revelation that felt like a dagger to Elijah's soul. The man he had revered, the father he had looked up to, had betrayed him in the most unimaginable way. This moment of betrayal shattered the foundation of trust that had defined their relationship, leaving Elijah grappling with feelings of inadequacy and confusion. The impact on his faith was equally profound. How could he reconcile this revelation with the teachings he had devoted his life to? The very essence of his identity as a father and a pastor was called into question, creating a rift not only within himself but also within his family. As he faced the fallout of this shocking truth, Elijah struggled to maintain his composure, knowing that the repercussions would ripple through their lives, forever altering the dynamics of the King family. The path ahead was uncertain, filled with heartache and the daunting task of confronting the reality of their shattered lives. Naomi's heartbreaking confession shattered the fragile remnants of the King family's facade, revealing years of abuse she had endured at the hands of Deacon Henry. As she spoke, the emotional weight of her revelation hung heavy in the air, each word laden with pain and regret. Naomi recounted the manipulation and control that had seeped into their marriage, detailing how Henry's authoritative presence had stifled her spirit and left her feeling trapped. This revelation not only exposed the dark underbelly of their seemingly perfect life, but also forced Elijah to confront the reality of his father's actions. The impact of her confession was profound, sending shockwaves through the family dynamics. Elijah, already reeling from the DNA results, found himself grappling with a new layer of betrayal. His mother's suffering had been hidden beneath the surface all along. As the truth unfolded, feelings of rage and betrayal began to consume him. How could the man he had idolized be capable of such cruelty? The anger bubbled within, threatening to overflow as he processed the dual betrayal of both his father and the sanctity of his family. This emotional turmoil ignited a fierce conflict within Elijah, challenging his beliefs and forcing him to reevaluate everything he thought he knew about love, loyalty, and the very foundation of his faith. The path ahead was fraught with uncertainty, as the King family faced the daunting task of healing from the wounds of the past. In the wake of Naomi's devastating confession, Elijah found himself spiraling into a tumultuous emotional abyss, grappling with the profound betrayal and loss that had upended his life. The man he had revered as a father was now a source of deep pain, and the sanctity of his family felt irreparably shattered. As he wrestled with feelings of anger and confusion, Elijah's internal conflict intensified. The faith that had once been his guiding light began to dim, replaced by a burgeoning desire for retribution against Henry. The teachings of love and forgiveness that he had preached now felt hollow in the face of such betrayal. Each memory of his father's supposed wisdom twisted into a reminder of the manipulation and abuse Naomi had endured, fueling Elijah's rage. He envisioned confronting Henry, imagining the satisfaction of making him pay for the years of suffering inflicted upon his mother and the family. This transformation from a devoted pastor to a man consumed by thoughts of vengeance marked a pivotal shift in Elijah's character. The once peaceful preacher now found himself contemplating violent actions, driven by a need to reclaim his sense of justice. As the darkness enveloped him, the stage was set for a confrontation that would not only alter the course of his life, but also threaten to unleash chaos upon the very fabric of the King family. The path ahead was fraught with peril as Elijah stood on the precipice of a decision that could lead to irrevocable consequences. The atmosphere in the King household was chilling as Elijah confronted Naomi about her betrayal, the weight of their shared pain hanging heavily in the air. Shadows danced across the walls, mirroring the turmoil within him as he struggled to reconcile the woman he loved with the reality of her past. The emotional intensity of the moment was palpable, each word exchanged laced with anger and sorrow. Elijah's heart raced as he demanded answers, his voice trembling with a mix of rage and heartbreak. Naomi, caught in the storm of his fury, pleaded for understanding, but her words fell on deaf ears. The years of hidden suffering and betrayal had ignited a fire within Elijah that could not be extinguished. In a moment of blind rage, he lashed out, the culmination of his emotional spiral manifesting in a brutal confrontation that would forever alter their lives. The violence erupted suddenly, a tragic culmination of pent-up anger and despair, as Elijah's hands turned against the very person he had once vowed to protect. The brutality of his actions shocked even him, as he realized the irreversible consequences of his rage. In that harrowing instant, Naomi's life was extinguished, leaving behind a silence that echoed with the weight of loss and regret. Elijah stood amidst the aftermath, grappling with the horrifying reality of what he had done, knowing that he had crossed a line from which there was no return. The tragic confrontation marked the end of their shared dreams and the beginning of a dark path filled with guilt and despair. The tension in the air was thick as Elijah stood outside Deacon Henry's home, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and fury. The confrontation he had long envisioned was finally at hand, and the weight of his mother's confession loomed heavily over him. As he stepped inside, the familiar surroundings felt foreign, tainted by the knowledge of the abuse that had taken place within these walls. Elijah's voice trembled with rage as he confronted Henry, demanding answers about the years of torment Naomi had endured. The room crackled with hostility, each word exchanged escalating the confrontation. Henry, initially taken aback, quickly shifted into a defensive posture, attempting to downplay the past and dismiss Elijah's accusations. But Elijah could no longer contain the storm brewing inside him. In a moment of blind fury, he lunged at his father, the years of pent-up anger erupting in a violent crescendo. The gruesome act that followed was a blur of primal instinct and rage. Elijah's hands, once used to preach love and forgiveness, became instruments of vengeance. The brutality of the violence shocked even him as he struck Henry, the realization of what he was doing crashing over him like a tidal wave. Blood stained the floor, a stark reminder of the irreversible act he had committed. In that moment, Elijah crossed a line that would forever alter the course of his life, sealing his fate in a cycle of violence and despair. The echoes of his actions would haunt him, marking the end of the man he once was. In the immediate aftermath of the murders, the scene at the King household was chaotic as police responded to the call. officers arrived to find a gruesome tableau that would haunt them for years to come. The stark reality of the crimes unfolded before their eyes, revealing the brutal acts that had shattered the lives of the King family. As investigators began their work, the news spread like wildfire through the community, igniting shock and horror among neighbors and friends who had once viewed the Kings as a model family. The revelation that a respected pastor had committed such heinous acts left many grappling with disbelief, struggling to reconcile the image of a loving family with the brutal reality that had emerged. Conversations buzzed in hushed tones, filled with questions and speculation about how such violence could erupt in their midst. For Elijah's children, the impact of the murders was devastating. They were thrust into a world of confusion and grief, forced to confront the loss of their mother and the betrayal of their father. Their future, once filled with promise, now loomed uncertain and fraught with challenges. The community's support, while well-intentioned, could not fill the void left by the tragic events. As the dust settled, the scars of violence and betrayal would linger, shaping the lives of Elijah's children in ways they could not yet comprehend, forever altering their path forward. The trial of Elijah King captivated the nation, drawing intense public interest and media coverage that transformed the courtroom into a spectacle. As proceedings began, the atmosphere was charged with anticipation, with spectators eager to witness the unfolding drama. The prosecution presented a compelling case, detailing the brutal murders of Naomi and Henry King, painting Elijah as a man consumed by rage and betrayal. They argued that his actions were premeditated, rooted in a deep-seated desire for vengeance that had spiraled out of control. In contrast, the defense sought to humanize Elijah, emphasizing the emotional turmoil he had endured and the psychological impact of his mother's abuse. They argued that he was a victim of circumstance, driven to madness by the revelations that shattered his world. The complexities of the case became apparent as both sides presented their arguments, each revealing layers of trauma and betrayal that resonated with the jury. Media coverage was relentless, with news outlets broadcasting every moment of the trial, fueling public fascination with the story of a once-respected pastor-turned-murderer. As the jury began their deliberation, the weight of their decision loomed large, with the community divided over Elijah's fate. The deliberation process was fraught with tension, as jurors grappled with the moral implications of his actions, ultimately reflecting the broader societal struggle to understand the depths of human emotion and the consequences of hidden truths. After days of intense deliberation, the jury reached a verdict in the trial of Elijah King, finding him guilty of second-degree murder in the deaths of his wife, Naomi, and father Henry. The decision was met with a mix of relief and outrage from the community, as jurors explained that while they acknowledged the emotional turmoil Elijah had experienced, they could not overlook the brutality of his actions. They reasoned that his choice to resort to violence, despite the circumstances, warranted accountability. The judge, recognizing the gravity of the crimes, sentenced Elijah to 25 years to life in prison, emphasizing the need for justice for the victims and the community. This sentencing marked a pivotal moment in Elijah's life, stripping him of his role as a father and pastor and sealing his fate behind bars. The implications of the verdict rippled through the community, leaving many grappling with the reality of the tragedy that had unfolded. For Elijah's children, the impact was particularly profound. They were left to navigate a world forever altered by their father's actions. Stripped of their mother and now their father, they faced an uncertain future, burdened by the stigma of their family's legacy. The case served as a haunting reminder of the complexities of human relationships and the devastating consequences of hidden truths, leaving an indelible mark on the community that would resonate for years to come. The tragic story of Elijah King serves as a poignant reminder of the devastating consequences that hidden family secrets can unleash. At its core, this narrative is steeped in themes of betrayal and vengeance, illustrating how the fragility of family bonds can be shattered by unspoken truths. Elijah's journey from a respected pastor to a man consumed by rage highlights the profound impact that unresolved issues can have on relationships, ultimately leading to unimaginable violence. The heartbreaking revelations surrounding Naomi and Henry King underscore the importance of honesty within families, as secrets can fester and grow, leading to catastrophic outcomes. As we reflect on this harrowing tale, it becomes clear that open communication and transparency are vital in nurturing healthy family dynamics. The King family story invites us to consider the hidden struggles that may lie beneath the surface of our own lives and the importance of addressing them before they spiral out of control. If you found this exploration of betrayal and its consequences compelling, we encourage you to subscribe, like, and share this video. Join us as we delve deeper into more true crime stories that reveal the complexities of human nature and the often hidden darkness that can lurk within families. Your support helps us continue to shed light on these important narratives.